So, I'm Luiis Franceschi. I'm the founder and the CEO of Lapo Blockchain. Lapo Blockchain, it's building a decentralized financial system, and at the top, at the bottom of our financial system, there is our stable coin. So a mix of blockchain and artificial intelligence. We are using a mix of artificial intelligence and blockchain to create a new type of stablecoin without any assets behind, like a real currency actually. After that, we will offer new solution for payment system because people want a stablecoin that can rely on it. And our big dream will be like to be one of the first real crypto bank. And I will love to speak with you about Lapo at the Apero, so stay after 6 p.m. Now we speak about token economy and decentralization. What is a token? Who have a token in this room? So what are your token? What is your token?
I have many. But
what is the one you like more?
Well, I say Steam.
Okay.
Because of the use it has behind the token.
Yeah. And I saw some hands up here. Yeah. What is your token?
I assume which token do I own? Is that
Yes, or the one you like more, because maybe you have many.
The one I'm most interested in at the moment is called Zilliqa.
Okay,
which
Zilliqa.
is a sharding blockchain,
Yeah.
which is a way of speaking of transactions that take place.
Yeah.
That's not what they call it.
And here, some hands. I saw some hands. What is the token you like more? Yeah, you.
Lapo.
Yeah. But it's not completely a token, so it's still a token, but we like to call it coin. But here some tokens. So yeah, so everybody here have crypto token, but you know we have tokens since a lot of years. So what is this? It's a fish, right? But this is a token as well. It's a real life token. So I will make a magic right now, and this token now it's 100 Lapo. And we will have a question for 100 Lapo, and somebody will receive this token. So these are examples of real life token. We have the fish, we have jeton, or like, yeah, fish for making a phone call. We have elements, because I think in psychology, I don't know if somebody knows, but in psychology, we have the token economy. And it's like a way to let children, especially children with like some disability, to focus or to understand what is the value of the money. And you do that giving them a positive, something positive, so a treat like an M&Ms. So if you do 5 times this, you get an A or a 6 in Switzerland. Yeah, even in Germany. If you get a 6, you receive packages or 1 M&Ms. And this 6 actually it's a token, because you need some of it to receive or to collect a reward. But of course, everybody here was speaking about crypto tokens. So of course, tokenization, it's like bringing a value or something that for you have a value. Because for some people, Ethereum, especially maybe some more traditional people, Ethereum value is 0. It's garbage. They want shares, they want equity, they want bonds, they want 20 francs in real cash. They even don't like MasterCard, because I cannot touch the money. So this is one of the definitions that I like more about what is a token, and it's by William Mogayar, that it's the author of the book The Business Blockchain. And Token is a unit of value that an organization creates to self-govern its business model and to empower its user to interact with its product, while facilitating the distribution and sharing of the rewards and benefit to all of its stakeholders. So normally, or as we see with crypto token, it's a company or a group or a foundation that issue a token, like it's a country that issue a national currency. And you can use this token inside this organization, or you can exchange it to go in another organization, as you do with Swiss franc and euros. You are in Switzerland, you pay with Swiss franc. You go to Italy, you pay with euros. There is ways to accept, even like in Italy, maybe you can pay with Swiss franc as well if they accept. And there is different blockchain that can work with different token and accept them as well. So, of course, token is like a big topic for all the ICO, because people normally think about tokens and think about ICOs. Who did the first ICO? And the rewards, it's 100 Lapo here.
Yes.
No.
Visa Pay?
Sorry?
Visa Pay, PayPal?
No.
Sounds interesting.
So the first ICO was run by Mastercoin. Mastercoin, it's a project that now it's called Omni. And basically they were building on top of the Ethereum, on top of Bitcoin network, some extra layer to help them to add more functionality, let's say, to Bitcoin. They did like the ICO in the middle.
Yes, the answer is
Sorry. they did like the, or this is like the first well-known ICO of, and was run in the middle of 2013. At that time, they raised 5,000 Bitcoin for more or less a value of 2.3 million at that time. They are still in businesses, and one token of Omni, because now it's rebranded in Omni, at the moment it's $20.50 for one MSC. Now it's only Omni. So that was the first ICO, the first one who actually find it like interesting to accept cryptocurrency as a way of, or to tokenize the possibility to participate in the company with a token or a coin. We have like a lot of different tokens, but I will just explain to you like the main type of token that in Switzerland are regulated by FINMA. More or less we have the same rules for US. They just have a different name. We call it assets token, and we in the US it's like security token, but more or less the rules are the same. So we have payment tokens, that it's quite an easy definition by FINMA. Payment token, it's like a token that have a value and can go A to B with the same value. That it's the case of Bitcoin. It's pure built for just doing payment and to do transaction. Nothing else, no smart contract, no security behind, nothing. Just pure value. Then we have utility token. Utility token are actually, most of the ICO pretend to be a utility token, but then at the end they finish to be like in the hybrid sector, because they don't provide only access to the platform, or they cannot be only used as a way to pay for the service inside the platform, but since they start being traded in an exchange, they become a security because the value can go up. And this token gives you still the access, but I paid 1 and then I trade for 2. I got $1 or 1 Swiss franc extra, and these go in the security area, especially for the SEC. Switzerland, it's still okay with, not always, but it's still okay with that. But with SEC in the US, that it's basically they will not allow you to be just a utility token if you are traded. Yeah, somebody have some example of possible utility token that they know? So, one utility token name?
Proxeus.
Sorry?
Proxeus.
Yeah, I think so. I remember the name, but I didn't check what
The WordPress for the blockchain.
Yeah.
You can build applications on it, and on top of the Ethereum blockchain, and you can transact on those applications or manage those applications using the Proxeus token.
Yeah, that can be an option. In utility token, some people place even Ethereum, but for me it's not really a utility token at the moment. It was designed to be a utility token, at the moment it's not like that. We have other, like, I don't know, somebody knows Filecoin. Filecoin can be a utility token. I don't know.
I know one, it's called Accelerator Network.
Okay.
They have their own tokens, and with these tokens you can buy hash power.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine Ethereum.
Exactly. That is a good example. I know like a Noia network, and it's like a sort of decentralized CDN network. Actually, you pay for having your website hosted there with the token. So without the token, you cannot access to this technology. With the token, you can. So it's utility.
Binance Coin also.
Yeah.
You can pay for the transactions in their exchange.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have assets token. So assets token or security token for SEC. It's like all these tokens that represent, for example, a share, a participation of the company, an equity, where real estate, where there is something behind the token that have a value. For example, smart container, it's in the assets token, one of the token of the two. Swiss real coin, so with real estate, I don't know, what somebody have some other example of assets token that have something. USD Tether is an assets token because it have dollar behind that. Lapo, it's not an assets token. We stabilize without having anything behind. We are a payment token. So, and then we have like hybrid tokens. For me, hybrid token, not for me, like for everybody. Hybrid token, it's a token that can be both. So then can give to you the right to access. For example, for me, Ethereum, it's an hybrid token at the moment. Give to you the right to access to the decentralized app network, so you can develop on it, paying with your Ethereum for using the network, but I can go and buy a beer with Ethereum, so then it's a payment token. This is hybrid. And we have like, we can have like different example of that type of token. When people don't really know what can be, or if the token it's not maybe splitted in two different tokens, so with one token you can pay, you can access, or one token actually can give you the access and then give you even some return, it's like an hybrid token. And that can be with some mining token that it's the case. So they give you the access to the mining power, but they give you even the return of the farm. And that can go inside the hybrid token. So, now that we did a little bit of theory, we will do a little bit of game. So, we are giving 10 Lapo to everybody that can place like this logo in the... I have the laser here, maybe it's this red.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay, perfect. We will give 10 Lapo for everybody that can place like the coin. Some of them I already spoke about it, so it can be easier. Maybe somebody don't know what is this logo. It's HIT Foundation. It's a marketplace for decentralized healthcare data. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Monero, TX, it's a protocol. Filecoin, it's decentralized cloud storage, basically. And Lapo, it's Lapo. So let's start with Filecoin. Where Filecoin needs to go?
Utilities.
Yes, utility. You get 10 Lapo. At the end of this session, you just come to us, and so we mark your email and you register to our website, and we can accredit the 10 Lapo. Then we have T0.
Utility.
No, assets token.
You mean who gets it wrong needs to pay 10 lapos?
Yeah, no, 10 Ethereum.
10 Bitcoin.
Now, this is a little bit strange, but it goes to the assets token, because actually it's like they give to you something back. Sorry, I didn't explain it. That was actually the most difficult. Then we have Lapo.
Payment.
Utility.
Payment. Payment.
So
It didn't come through really clean.
I remember Ramirez. It's the surname, right?
It's okay.
I don't remember the name. Sorry.
That's good too.
Yes, Lapo, it's pure payment token. We don't have any other meaning. Monero,
Payment.
yes, who was the first one? Yeah, Monero, again, pure payment token. HIT Foundation token,
Utility.
yes, utility token. Because they actually, for enter to the system, you need to have the token, and you get paid with token back, but you don't have any, you don't receive something back because the company performed good or whatever. Ethereum,
Hybrid.
yeah,
Hybrid.
perfect. And Bitcoin,
Payment.
trash. No. At the moment, yes, it's payment, but nobody is using for payment purpose, especially right now. Yeah, you give for Bitcoin as well? Basically, you can give to somebody random because everything.
I take it. Thanks.
So we have some more rewards
So you
now.
got 20.
We have 10 Lapo rewards for everybody that can give to me a good example of a traditional business or a traditional something that can be tokenized.
Tokenize real estate assets, for example.
Yes. And we can have different ways. So you see more like I lend to you the money, or I own a part of the house or the building.
So yeah, you can either use it as a funding source, or also you can divide, bring it to the SECO, and then
Yeah.
digitalize whatever.
Yeah. Real estate, to the client. Real estate, it's a good example.
Art?
And it's even what like the banks are afraid of, because we could, with this solution, we could the middleman, so the banks, and we even could like the notary, the lawyer, like a lot of money is there normally when you buy a house, and they are super afraid of that. So for that reason, they are a little bit not so open with that, but actually this is like the future, not only because of less cost, but in the presentation before, somebody I think asked about electricity, energy, and so. Remember that for when you go to a lawyer, normally you have 20 pages, and to print that you need electricity, to print that you need ink and you need paper, and they are not environment friendly. With this one, just a smart contract. Some more examples. Yeah, we have some more cards.
Art.
Art, yeah. For
You can tokenize big piece of art like Van Gogh, etc., share it, even get access to it by having the right to exhibit it in your museum?
Yeah, that is another great example. With, let's say, all this big investment, tokenization is quite interesting, because even, you know, even like as you saw in the last presentation, blockchain cannot be reverted. So what it's written. Nobody can come to you and say like, you are not the owner of this painting, or you stole it from the Nazi or whatever. It's there.
I know a weird example. Wine.
Yeah.
Company open wine is
Yeah.
the name of the company.
Okay.
They
And
created a token for the bottle of the wine.
yeah, that is the example I like more, because of course Lapo is my company and Bollicina is my passion. That it's a side business that I have where we import and we sell sparkling wine in Switzerland. And blockchain in the wine is a big topic for traceability, and because maybe not everybody knows, but in Italy there was like a huge amount of fake bottle of this super expensive Tuscany wine. With blockchain, you can check that this bottle was sold in Dubai and why I have on my table. So one of the two is fake, or let's say mine, because if it's already on the blockchain as a salt mine, it's fake. And yeah, that is a great example of traceability, and not only to like have an assets behind. You give to him?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
So I have a question about these asset tokens. How do you bridge the gap between the token and the reality? I mean, I could say I have a case of wine, but how is it really validated that I really have the wine? Or is it just acting as a registry?
Yeah, that it's normally in this case it's done directly when, let's say, the shops sell to you the wine, write in the blockchain this stock with this number, it's sold. So in the blockchain we don't change data, we just add more information. So
Someone has to put that, start the chain with
yes.
a valid person, the company, the winery.
Yes,
company.
normally.
But what about the Van Gogh example?
This is, you know, for art, it's, let's say, a little bit difficult, the traceability, because the paint maybe have 200 years. Let's say from this point now, it's traceable. The same can be with some other assets that are already in circulation, like cars. There is some project in blockchain for cars, but again, like if it's used from 10 years, or if it's like an old timer, we have traceability only starting from now. Some other example?
Healthcare data.
Yeah, healthcare data, it's a big topic, or it's a really interesting topic, but for my experience, because I really like HIT Foundation project, so I'm in contact with them, there is a lot of resistance between like Krankenkasse, health insurance, doctors as well, a pharmaceutical company, because the good thing about this sharing of healthcare information is that even the trial can be traceable for real, not only what Novartis says. And of course, sometimes they don't have interest that you really know what is behind, or the results. So they are excited about it, but they are skeptical on the same time. But I think for healthcare data, that is the direction, because really give to you, let's say, you are anonymous on the blockchain, there is not your name and surname, and this not only because you don't put it, but because it's against the GDPR, for example, because we cannot cancel you from the blockchain. So you have, as in the other presentation you saw, we have a reference and then another, let's say, centralized database with your data on it. And because you can move your data cross-border, and this is a good stuff about token. You can take this token and go whatever you want. And you know, if you are in the US, I can send my data immediately. now even from, I'm originally from Ticino, so the southern part of Switzerland, and if I need to ask my doctor to send my medical records to the doctor in Zurich, he needs to do by post and takes maybe 3 days. With that solution, in one click, I just accept the transfer of the data, and that can be moved easily.
Going to the moon.
I'll say an idea, but you mentioned it, so it's really your idea. What about HR data?
HR data, yes. There is a lot of companies that work in different fields of HR. So can be for recruiting, can be for freelancing platform, can be even for authentication of your diploma, bachelor, even language course, and that is a great thing, or at least in my opinion, because we will not have anymore like some fake bachelor, and we don't need to print and all the time send to like, at the end we send like a lot of information about us, always the same. We just share like a QR code, check there, I have everything, it's verified and nobody can change that. So if my bachelor is there, it's there. It's not that I invented that. Yes, in human research or like professional data, it's a good application as well. Yeah, I had the table. Yeah, it was just to let you maybe find some other idea. I forgot about that. Now we go about why is the blockchain important if the token were existing since years? Because even like the king was using some tokens, because every different kingdom have a different coin actually. Or there was even people that were like tokenized 10 pack of rice, it's 1 cow. And this was a token. Because we find a way to interact with the same value and exchange it, so we create some tokens. Blockchain is important because I don't want to go in detail because you already did, but let's say this is the most important part. Blockchain cannot be changed. And that means that you cannot cheat the system. When we create a token, it's that token. And you can exchange it, and I can check where this token went and who is the owner. I cannot see name and surname, but I can see the address. And of course, if you can prove to me that this is your address, then I can add a name and surname on it. And say like, okay, you own the 1% of this building. This is a small example of what the blockchain has solved and why people are so excited about it. Because crypto money exists since years, and PayPal was one of, or not crypto money, let's say digital money exists since years, and PayPal was one of the first pioneers to use it. But with PayPal, first, you need to trust them that the transaction really happened. You have no access to the ledger of PayPal to check if really this guy sent to you the money, except if PayPal told you this guy sent to you the money. And secondly, you need to trust PayPal that when you want to take your money back from PayPal, they really have that money. Otherwise, you have 1 million in your PayPal account, but if you cannot withdraw it, it's 1 million of zeros. Then we have Tether. Great example of transparency, so it's in the blockchain. You can see where are the coins, who hold how many coins, and where the coins are moving. But in the case of Tether, we cannot check if there is really $1 for every coin. So again, we need to trust Tether that there is some assets behind. when the system, let's hope never, but if the system will collapse and everybody will start to withdraw from Tether, I'm not sure that they have all the million they claim to have it. But maybe they will have it. That is the point. We don't know. There is a space for speculation and allegation. Then we have like the land registry, or whatever public registry you can have in your city. You need to trust them because they need to write Luiis Franceschi own this square meter of herd, and but on the same time you know that the assets it's not on the ledger, the assets it's the land that you own. So you don't need to trust them for the value of the land, but you need to trust them that this is really your square meter and it's really written there, otherwise you own nothing. And we have Bitcoin and Lapo and Ethereum and the Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, I don't know, all the other cryptocurrency, that everything is transparent and there is nothing behind. So the price is done only by the exchange. And you don't need to trust Bitcoin that you have $5,000. Actually, you trust the exchange that will give you $5,000. You don't need to check if there is, where are the money, because you know in the ledger it's written, this guy have 100 Bitcoin, this guy have 10, this guy have 1. And for that reason, Bitcoin is a good example, and it's still like, even if he's like 10 years old almost, it's still like a good, in good shape, and everybody's using it. Now we are at the end. We have, I think, like 20 minutes.